A second determination of attractiveness is the structure of the female face. According to Randy Thornhill, an evolutionary biologist at the University of New Mexico, the female hormone estrogen inhibits bone growth in the lower face and chin. This makes women appear with smaller and lower faces and chins, as well as brows. Such features allow women's eyes and cheekbones to appear more prominent. In addition to shorter jaws and smaller chins, the ideal female has a higher forehead and fuller lips. The structure of the female face gives insight to fertility and advertises reproductive health. The body mass index, BMI, and waist-to-hip ratio, WHR, are the third and fourth major criteria for female attractiveness. These two criteria typically go hand in hand as they take into account a woman's shape and weight. Studies performed by psychologists at Newcastle University in the United Kingdom indicate that men are attracted to women with a BMI of 19 to 20. As you can see from the table, a BMI of 19 to 20 is on the low end of the normal weight status, almost to the point of being perceived as underweight. BMI may be a good indicator of general fitness and fertility. Psychologist Devendra Singh at the University of Texas has studied women's waist-to-hip ratios and found that attractive women, as perceived by men, have a WHR range of 0.67 to 1.18. A larger WHR typically means the woman is larger. Scientists like Singh believe WHR implies a woman's fertility. Women in the ideal range are less susceptible to diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular disorders, and they have less trouble conceiving. Until now, we have focused on unconscious instincts as to who we are attracted to. Ms. Balsone will expand on the idea of perception and how advertisers have taken the instinctive attraction to an extreme.
Not only do advertisers prey on what we biologically find attractive to sell us images of desirability in those related products, but they take these ideals of beauty to such an extreme that in the end, most of society ends up feeling with a sense of disillusionment. When we compare the average woman to the typical supermodel, we see a huge discrepancy in our reality. For example, these aesthetic elite tower at minimum 5'9", the lowest industry standard, to more attractive heights like 5'11" and 6'1", whereas the average American woman is only about 5'4". To take it further, these models are also thinner than 98% of the American population, lightweights at 105 to maybe 120 pounds, but the average American woman is about 140 to 160 pounds. But even these girls, who are already a genetic anomaly, are not left untouched by the magic wand of editors before their glossy image ever gets into our hands. These tall girls are put in platform heels and shot from low angles to increase the appearance of their height. Padded inserts and push-up bras are used to accentuate the feminine physique. Fine lines, veins, tattoos, scars, even light body hair, such as on the arm, will disappear in a program we know as Photoshop before the picture is printed. And these already thin girls have their extra body mass shaved off by the stretching of pixelation in the images. Finally, after all the imperfections of the perfect woman have vanished, her image is ready for publishing. Into our hands is delivered an ideal that even these genetic jackpot girls cannot attain on their own. So what does this say about Americans' obsession with an aesthetic ideal? And what are the implications for the average American woman who buys into these images and these products? In the following video, we're going to see a typical photo shoot. The model enters the studio looking as she normally does. Then we witness her transformation at the hands of makeup artists and through styling techniques. And then when the actual photo shoot takes place, be sure to look for strategically placed lighting and interesting camera angles to accentuate her most attractive features. And then we go into the editing room, where we watch the editors manipulate her image before we see the final billboard. Be sure to look for these details as we take a look.